We'll get started as soon as we can have everybody get to their seats. Thank you. All right, everybody, good time to get started. Good evening, guests, alumni, faculty, friends, and family. My name is Paul Miller. I'm the Director of Strategic Communications here at Keene State College, and I'm honored to lead tonight's ceremony. We're already 3 minutes late, but I'm going to attribute that to the local media drawing the attention of the 1972 softball over here, or should I call it paparazzi? Those won't be the last pictures taken tonight. I'm really glad to be here, and I'm going to ask you to indulge me as I share a quick story, because I think it provides some context for my 50-year attachment to this institution. I've only been in this role for 3 years, but I have followed Keene State athletics since I was a young boy and a gym rat. My brother and I would arrive for men's basketball games an hour and a half before the games and play pickup ball in the small room just off Spalding Gym that had a tile floor, 2 wooden backboards, and interestingly enough, a climbing rope. And we would play for a half hour, 45 minutes, and then we'd mingle and saunter our way into the gym and to pester, more like sauntering, but more like pestering Coach Thulin and his players during the pregame shoot-around before the fans arrived. With wide eyes and awe, exciting basketball was played by larger-than-life figures: Al Hicks, Jose DeCaze, Sterling Simonette, Jimmy Drew, Dave Terry, Ron Pearson. I could go on and on and on. And I remember Coach Thulin and his gravelly voice and those hard-pointed cowboy boots. Those days and memories are indelible. I went on to become a professional journalist for more than 3 decades, and I had the good fortune to cover so many of the Keene State teams I grew up watching: Ron Butcher's soccer teams, Glenn Thulin's basketball teams, Charlie Beach's softball teams, Amy Watson's field hockey teams, Keith Boucher's women's basketball teams, Peter Thomas's cross-country teams, just to name a few. And the best part of it all is that in my new role, I continue to be able to write about Keene State student athletes and teams in my role here. Al Hicks was my favorite player. It wasn't until more than 44 years after he played his final game as an Owl that I saw him again when he came to Keene 4 years ago to watch Ty Nichols break his all-time Keene State career scoring record. Al and I met in an empty Spalding Gym the morning after the game, spoke for hours, had a couple of beers that night, and talked more. His memories outnumbered mine, but not by much. I wrote a column about his return. More importantly, I was able to share with him what he meant to me as a young fan, a young boy, and how those Spalding Gym experiences shaped my life. Al came back again last year with his daughter to see the basketball team play again. We got together again later that day, and now we stay in touch on occasion by phone. How's that for full circle? Why do I share this story? I share it because I know in my heart that the remarkable athletes we are inducted this evening, Judy Izzo, Bob Boness, David Bridgewater, and Allison Peterson, and members of this paparazzi famous 1972 softball team, whether they realize it or not, had this effect on others. Some probably still do in their professional life as adults, mentors, and leaders. It's the nature of being exceptional. For each of our inductees, it might not have been a 13-year-old gym rat like me taking their cues, but maybe it was. It could have been a young coach, a young fan, an underclassman teammate, a fledgling official, or even an opposing athlete that they were positively affecting or motivating or moving them to do something they otherwise might not do. It's natural to look up to unique talent and leadership, for example, and inspiration. It's why I feel so incredibly fortunate to have reconnected with Al Hicks. Though he never knew me all those years ago when I was the hanger-on, pestering him for those high fives, watching his every move and interaction, he knows me now and what those days meant to me. I was among the many people around here who got to watch and marvel at Judy Izzo's hard-court talents, her total package skills, the trademark competitiveness, and that intangible that you can't teach. And this evening, Judy will be inducted into the Little East Conference Hall of Fame. That is an awesome and much-deserved recognition. Nice to see you again, Judy. Bob Boness, David Bridgewater, and Allison Peterson are names that echo and always will through the corridors, fields, and trails of Keene State athletics. It would take a professional auditor a good amount of billable hours to tally the collective successes, victories, records, titles, rankings, all league, all conference, all American honors that Bob, David, and Allison racked up in their time here in track and field, cross country, lacrosse, and swimming. Then there is that 1972 softball team and its improbable journey that led it to qualifying for a national championship tournament in Omaha, Nebraska, my birth city, I'll note. The team's season predated Title IX. For that and other reasons that you will hear about this evening, this season was not only historic, but culturally significant for Keene State athletics. The squad was led by Betty Miziazik. So wonderful to see Betty. Where are you? It's a name that still to this day comes to mind first for me when I think about softball, women's softball in Keene, though Betty was quite the basketball hotshot too. Deb Parker, a close friend of mine, was the captain of the team. She never stopped playing competitively. Get this now, this is fact. She never stopped playing competitively for the next 5 decades after she finished her playing days at Keene State. I think she just hung up her cleats. Deb will share some remarks this evening about the special makeup of this special team. Tonight, we will get used to words and phrases like legacy, history, record-setting, among the best, greatest, uncommon talent, goal-driven, and competitive fire as simple truths and apt descriptions, not exaggeration. Judy, Bob, David, Allison, 1972 softball team have played considerable roles in shaping a culture of excellence in athletics at their alma mater. And after tonight, they will have earned the highest form of achievement in Keene State athletics. Thank you to everyone who is here to be a part of this shared tribute. We hope it is everything you imagine. Now it is my wonderful privilege and pleasure to introduce the president of Keene State College, Dr. Melinda Treadwell. Under Dr. Treadwell's steady and visionary leadership, Keene State has been able to thrive and make good on the academic and athletic experiences it promises, despite times and circumstances that challenge all of higher education. A former Keene State student athlete, Dr. Treadwell has a deep appreciation for the lifelong value of competitive athletics and continues to be a tremendous supporter of our athletic program, its coaches, and its student athletes. It is no accident that we are adding, not cutting, athletic programs here at Keene State. It is no accident that we think innovatively and forwardly. Please welcome President Melinda Treadwell.
Thanks so much, Paul, for that warm introduction, but also for coming to work alongside me and this institution. So my name is Melinda Treadwell. I'm honored to serve as the president, the 11th president of this institution, and I'm a very proud alum of this college, like so many of you in this room. This college is here to stay and strong as ever, so I'm honored to be here tonight. I want to say first a special thank you, not only to our alumni athletes, but to our current student athletes who are here with us tonight, to our incredible coaches, our athletic trainers, and a special welcome to our Associate Commissioner of the Little East Conference, Daryl Kanicki. Thank you for being here, Daryl. And most of all on this night, the night where we honor the best of the best in Keene State athletics, thank you to the families and the loved ones who are here to celebrate tonight with our inductees. We have so much to celebrate, and in your careful hands, we're going to have a really wonderful night tonight. So I'm grateful for the amazing staff of Alumni and Advancement who, in conjunction with our athletic staff, put this evening together. Thank you, Andrea. Thank you, the entire team. The Athletics Hall of Fame holds a very special place in my heart because competing in sport at the collegiate level is not easy. It demands so much of our student athletes, particularly at the Division III level, where academic excellence and athletic excellence are co-equals for all of you. And the Keene State Owls soar because of the dedication of our student athletes, our coaches, our faculty, both academic and athletic administrators and staff. Keene State College this past year regained the Little East Conference Commissioner's Cup. This is a very big deal because the Commissioner's Cup signifies the distinction of the most successful athletics program in the conference. And in addition, we were within a hair's breadth, 0.01 point, of the LEC President's Cup, which is awarded to the institution with the highest cumulative grade point average. This year, we'll take both. I'm not competitive at all. I am so proud of our college. I am so proud of our coaches. I am so proud of our student athletes. Thank you for the excellence that you bring to this campus every day. Playing basketball for Keene State College, for Keith Boucher, you were 12, so let me just say, Keith, especially because of the coaching and training support that I received as a young student athlete, it was one of the most significant periods of my life and was so instrumental in developing me as an individual and as a leader. It is an incredible honor for me to be here tonight, and several years ago, my team and I, along with the coach, were inducted into this Hall of Fame. That was an incredible joy and privilege, but it pales in comparison to the privilege that I hold tonight to recognize our new inductees, and I mean that. This is a wonderful privilege for me to be here this evening with all of you, and I applaud each and every one of you for your excellence. And so tonight, I welcome you all here to this evening for the special honors that we will bestow on our newest inductees to the Keene State College Alumni Athletics Hall of Fame. I'm also very aware that I stand between you and the dinner, which smells quite amazing over there. And so what I would like to do is, on behalf of our entire Keene State College community, extend my thank you and appreciation to our talented Chartwell's colleagues who have prepared the meal for all of us. Tina Perkins, our Director of Catering, Patrick Friley, our Residential District Manager, Austin Nichols, our Chef Manager, and J.R. Whitfield, our Visiting Chef, who's here from Austin, right off the PGA Tour. Thank you for being here, J.R. And to our entire team from Chartwell's, thank you for taking such good care of us this evening. Tables will be invited to visit the buffet in order just to avoid a mosh at the buffet line. So if you could wait until a Chartwell's staff member comes to invite you to the buffet, please enjoy the evening, and I can't wait. Thank you. Thank you, Paul.
The one thing I love about President Treadwell is she never blurs the line between suggestion and directive. And I think Athletic Director Marty Testo, you've just been ordered with a directive. That's the bad news. The good news is you got a less than 1% gap to close. Yeah, awesome. Okay, so I guess the plan now is to break for dinner. So I'm not sure, Andrew, if there's a plan by table, they'll come around and notify you. We're going to go through the line and, pardon? Oh, great, Tina will do it. So enjoy your food.
When we put this uniform on, we're preparing to serve our home state of New Hampshire. We serve part-time in our own communities and for our families and friends. In any emergency or disaster, you can count on the soldiers of the New Hampshire Army National Guard to be there. Our mission here at home is to make life better for everyone, and the benefits we earn help us improve our own lives. Learn more about part-time service with the New Hampshire Army National Guard at nationalguard.com/NH.
At Keene State College, life is an adventure. You'll forge your path forward. As an owl, you'll take on challenges in the classroom, field, court, or track. Every worthwhile adventure has its share of blood, sweat, and tears. It takes hard work and dedication. No owl flies alone on their journey at Keene State. Teammates, coaches, professors, alumni, and fellow owls are with you along the way. They lift you up as you continue forward. When you're part of Owl Nation, you become the person you truly want to be.
Looking for a new car? It's time to visit New Car Nissan of Keene. 600 new Nissan cars, trucks, and SUVs are available right now. Plus, New Car Nissan of Keene has the most competitive prices. Every new Nissan comes with New Car's complimentary 20-year, 200,000-mile protection plan. Drive worry-free for many miles to come. Visit New Car Nissan of Keene today and discover why everyone loves a new car.
Welcome to Hurt Skirt or Just Hurt. Our first contestant is suffering from knee pain from a recent running incident. What do we think, audience? Hurt Skirt or Just Hurt? Why not try Hurt Skirt? Make your recovery hassle-free with Hurt Skirt, a patent-pending, stretch-to-fit, hot-cold therapeutic sleeve, proven to stay cold longer and still remain completely mobile. Drop the ice, skirt the hurt.
Fenton Family Dealerships, Tri-State area's best selection of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs, has state-of-the-art service facilities and services all makes and models. Home to an exclusive lifetime powertrain warranty and no extra cost to you. Locally owned since 1986. More information at fentondealerships.com.
Look at that, lights, camera, action. Good evening. My name is Marty Testo. I'm the Director of Athletics here at Keene State College. On behalf of the college, I would like to extend a warm welcome to the incredible inductees, alumni athletes, and the supporters of our athletic programs. Tonight, we have the honor of inducting individuals and a team that all have had greatly impacted our athletic program. Some have laid the foundation for current programs, while others have paved the way to create opportunity for women in collegiate sports. We are so thankful for all the impact that they have had on our teams, our players, and our community. Lastly, I would like to thank the following people for helping make this event so special. Dr. Treadwell and her support and passion for this college and our athletic program. You can clap. That's definitely deserving of clapping. Actually, this one is pretty special to me. Andrea Vickers-Sevitt, to be able to introduce her first time as the Director of Alumni Relations. I don't know about you, but that food was pretty good. Tina Perkins and her staff at Chartwell's. Thank you. And our head coaches that are here tonight, and for the ones that weren't able to make it, for their relentless effort towards the success of their programs and our overall athletic program. Again, you don't win the 2024 Commissioner's Cup by mistake. It takes a lot of efforts, a lot of time on the road, a lot of time away from families, to find the special people that are going to fit into your program, that are going to be tremendous student athletes on this campus. And our coaches, I believe, do that second to none to anybody in the Little East, so thank you. Our faculty athletic rep, which I'm guessing most of you have no idea what it is because it probably wasn't around when you were a student athlete. Well, we happen to have the best one. So Dr. Kim Bohannon and her relentless effort of helping our student athletes navigate their early time as students before they become athletes, and their schedules and their advising, and maybe a little hiccup they might have in a class with a faculty member, and all those good things. So we're really fortunate to have her as part of our athletic program, so thank you. And then lastly, but not lastly, my leadership team, which consists of Abe Oshiak, our Associate Athletic Director, Coach Amy Watson, also Associate Athletic Director and Senior Women's Administrator. Look at that, you got a crowd back there. Coach, I don't know if they were cheering before the fourth quarter last night at the field hockey game like that, but we'll give them heck. And then Shannon Topa, who's not able to be with us tonight, is our Senior Administrative Assistant, who has really helped just keep things flowing in our office. And so it's, I'm fortunate to have a great team and great support. And again, I'm honored to be the athletic director of this college. It's a dream come true to me. And I'm also ready to introduce Andrea Vickers-Sevitt, the Director of Alumni Relations. Thank you.
Always the tricky part. I can't see Marty, which is nice. Good evening. Thank you, Marty. My name is Andrea Vickers-Sevitt, class of 2001, and Director of Alumni Relations. As we celebrate our inductees as part of Homecoming Weekend, let me officially welcome you home. It is truly a pleasure to stand before you today as we gather to celebrate Homecoming Weekend at Keene State College. To our alumni, current students, faculty, staff, and cherished guests, welcome back to this campus that holds a special place in all of our hearts. Homecoming is more than just a tradition. It's a celebration of our shared history, achievements, and the vibrant community that makes Keene State so unique. This weekend is a testament to the bonds we formed, the memories we've created, and the future we continue to build together. Before I acknowledge our inductees, I'd like to give thanks to individuals who helped to make this night possible. Firstly, Dave and Cindy Westover, who provided the hydrangeas on the tables and the centerpieces. Dave and Cindy are fellow Walpolians, which is the best place on earth if you haven't been there. Alice, we have an inductee also from Walpole, Sylvia Fry, who is my childhood best friend's mother, so this makes today extra special. Last year, I didn't order enough flowers, and I was making the centerpieces and scrambling, what am I gonna do? How am I gonna find flowers? And Cindy had posted a picture saying, if anybody wants hydrangeas. So that became a tradition, and Dave made sure to say, are you getting hydrangeas this year? So there are 80 stems of hydrangeas in the room, all from their yard. And you wouldn't know it because they're beautiful, beautiful bushes. I'd also, so the hydrangeas set the stage for the roses. And the roses, people may not realize, are an important part of Keene State history as well. They're what I consider the college flower, the official college flower. The rose was used in the early days of the college when it was Keene Normal School as in the rose ceremony, and it would be given from the juniors to the seniors as a symbol of advancement. So it seems appropriate at all of our events going forward that we use them as a symbol of advancement to, in this case, our athletes tonight. I skipped ahead. Okay. The history of Keene State College athletics was founded on its laurels of 27 women in 1909. As an initiative to develop the physical side of their well-being, the Keene State Athletics Association was formed, with women's basketball being the first sport created. It was said in Strivings that on a beautiful day, so Strivings is the book that's the first 80 years of Keene State College. In Strivings it said, on a beautiful day on campus, you would often see the girls would be practicing outside, which is sweet. Tennis then followed. For this Hall of Fame, especially with the induction of 2 female individuals and 1 women's team, it feels appropriate to acknowledge our beginnings as an all-female school. Looking at the accolades of all of our inductees, the one common trait that each hold is that of being a trailblazer. Judy Izzo, who's being inducted tonight into the Little East Conference, only played in the LEC for 2 years. When she started the team, we were Division II. This also was information that Keith Boucher gave to me, thank you. We were Division II. And Judy knew that coming in that we would shift to be Division III. She knew in those 2 years that she would be playing against tougher teams that had scholarship athletes. We still had 1 scholarship athlete on our team. She chose to commit to Keene State for the experience. The fact that she was chosen as an LEC inductee speaks volumes to her achievements, especially because only 2 of the years she played were part of the LEC. She played during an important time in the history of Keene State athletics. The 1972 softball team has one of the most remarkable stories of perseverance and commitment. During a time before Title IX, our softball team traveled across the country to play against schools that were much bigger and stronger than ours. Not only were women's sports not equally funded, this softball team competed in a national tournament that was not sanctioned by the NCAA. It was overseen by a separate group, the AIAW Softball National Championships, which meant that our little college in New England was going up against Division I colleges. A truly David and Goliath situation with a team that was in its first year as a varsity sport. Bob Bonas began his career in men's lacrosse as a club sport. During his sophomore year, men's lacrosse started its first year as a varsity sport at the college. His performance during those years set Keene State to come out of the gates as a force to be reckoned with in the LEC. His college rankings continue to set a standard of excellence that laid the foundation for what became an extremely high-performing program. David Bridgewater is quite literally a trailblazer as he traversed the terrain through cross-country trails. He is one of the most decorated runners across multiple disciplines of indoor and outdoor track, as well as cross-country. Allison Bartlett is widely regarded as the best women's swimmer we have ever seen at Keene State, being the first female to place the top 3 in the NCAA National Championship and the first woman in the school history to break 23 seconds in the 50 freestyle. Each individual and team set new standards for future Keene State athletes. It is an honor to be with each of you here on the first night of homecoming weekend at a place we all consider home at one point in our lives. Let's remember that homecoming is not just about looking back, but also about looking forward. It is a time to celebrate our past achievements, acknowledge our present, and dream about our future. As we continue to grow and evolve, let's keep the spirit of Keene State alive in all that we do. Congratulations on your achievement. Enjoy this night with your friends and family. Thank you. Before I ask Paul to come up on the stage, Marty and I wanted to thank 2 people. One person being Matt Kasiba, who is on the Keene State Alumni Board Association. Matt has worked tirelessly to plan the first Alumni 5K, which is tomorrow, and you can sign up day of. So, Matt, if you'd come up, we have something for you. He's first.
Look at that. You said a Kasiba 98.
Kasiba 98. You're welcome. Where's Ethan? Or
11 o'clock, okay? Everybody in here. Yeah,
Get in there.
here, Matt, take a picture with me. Matt and I ran together, so. Also, we'd like to thank Paul Miller for graciously agreeing to be our first MC for the evening. So, Paul, if you could come up. Yes. Oh. Thank you. Thank you. Is this yours here?
I don't know. I had it all set up. No, I have them somewhere.
I think that's it. Oh,
I think it's in there.
yes, it is.
Those are mine. Yep.
Okay, you got it. I'm just gonna leave it.
Well, now everything is backwards and upside down here, so give me a minute to find out where I'm at. Andrea, I think these are yours. Let's put them into here. Somehow everything got fixed up. I think I'm back to where I need to be. Good.
You want me to take anything else?
No, I'm good. Okay, thank you, Marty. Thank you, Andrea. Now down to the business that we're all here for, induction recognition. And to start, first on the agenda is the Little East Conference recognition for Judy Izzo. And the Little East Conference is adding 11 athletes to its Hall of Fame this year, including another Keene State standout, Judy, class of 1999. And with us formally to induct Judy is Daryl Kanicki, the Associate Commissioner for the Little East Conference, all the way from Rhode Island. So welcome, Daryl.
A little different than when Andrew was up here. Good evening, everyone. As Peter mentioned, my name is Daryl Kanicki. I'm the Associate Commissioner of the Little East Conference. I'm in my 8th year in the league, a league that was founded in 1986, and during that time has served tens of thousands of student athletes. Before I get to my remarks, I do want to extend some quick congratulations. First to all the Keene State inductees. Hopefully some of you will be recognized as LEC Hall of Fame members in the future. And also, once again, to Melinda and Marty for extending the invitation to come here and be with you this evening on this tremendous occasion. Melinda earlier acknowledged the recipient of the Commissioner's Cup and the close finish for the President's Cup. I'm the person responsible for doing the math on that, and when we had the closest finish in conference history for the Commissioner's Cup, 1.5 points separating the averages of the two schools. I checked that 5-6 times and still was praying I didn't get it wrong. But congratulations to you, your department, and everything you do here. The experience you give your athletes here at Keene State truly is second to none. So as I mentioned, the LEC was founded in 1986, but we have only inducted now 10 Hall of Fame classes as of this summer, and bringing the total number of individuals to just 125 former student athletes, 125 out of literally tens of thousands over nearly 40 years of LEC history. This year's class includes Keene State women's basketball alum Judy Izzo, who, as it was mentioned earlier, received LEC All-Conference honors in the only 2 years she possibly could have gotten them as Keene State transitioned from Division II to Division III. Also during that time, she led Keene State to its first ever LEC tournament victory and almost a run to the national final. I'm not going to mention the loss to West. Sorry. During that time, she set records that were phenomenal back then and are still phenomenal when you look at the Keene State record book today. Her name is literally scattered all over the career and single season top 10 lists, a testament to how great of a player that she truly was. Ladies, and I promised I was going to keep the remarks short, so ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Keene State's first ever women's basketball player to be inducted into the LEC Hall of Fame, Judy Izzo.
Thank you, Daryl. And thank you, Coach. Thank you very much for putting me up here. You know how much I love this. So I will keep it very brief. As I was inducted 3 years ago into the Keene State Hall of Fame, being here up here again tonight for the LEC Hall of Fame, I'm completely humbled and a little bit overwhelmed. All I did was play a game that I loved for 4 years here at Keene State. And I'm completely grateful for the time that I had here. I had a great coach and a leader. I made some great, unbelievable friends that I still, cherish those relationships today. And it was probably one of the 4 best years of my life until I got married. So that's been great. But it was unbelievable. And so, I take those memories with me and I share them with my children, and I just hope that, anytime that my kids are doing things, I just want them to be doing things that they love and have success, and it makes them happy. So that's always the message I try to give to them. So really tonight I want to end with, to my fellow Keene State Hall of Fame inductees, congratulations. Tonight is about you. Enjoy the night, you've earned it, and this night is all for you. So congratulations.
Congratulations, Judy. A highlight for me from last year's Hall of Fame induction ceremony was to see a student athlete who I had not seen in a lot of years, but who I regard as maybe the best women's soccer player to come through Keene State, Amy Zombeck. And she was inducted into the Little East Conference Hall of Fame, and now to see Judy Izzo, and much deserved. Congratulations. All right, let's start with the Keene State College Hall of Fame inductees for 2024. Coach Amy Watson wandered over to our dinner table here a little while ago and said she was having a hoot she had embedded herself with the tables for the 1972 women's softball team. So we're going to start right there. It is with pride and excitement that we turn our attention to this group, Keene State's 1972 softball team. You've heard a little bit about them already tonight. The team's determination and desire for excellence not only paved the way for future generations of softball players and student athletes, but also made a significant mark on the history of our college. As you heard, 1972 predated the landmark Title IX legislation that reshaped the landscape for women's sports, which should not be lost on this team's story. Led by Coach Sherry Beauvenet, the team's dedicated and hard work led it to qualify for the American Softball Association National Tournament, an achievement that was nothing short of groundbreaking for some of the reasons that Andrea mentioned. In an era when opportunities for women in sports and resources were limited, the team stood as a powerful testament to what could be achieved through perseverance, creative approaches, and unyielding spirit. The team traveled to the Midwest with one goal: to compete at the national level and showcase the strength and skill of Keene State's athletes. They did just that, winning 3 games and 1 against Purdue. The amenities and mode of travel were not what they would be today. The trip was stitched together, bare bones, no luxuries, but they made it work. Tonight, we recognize not just their athletic prowess and their camaraderie, but their role as trailblazers in the world of collegiate athletics. Their success as a first-year varsity team helped to lay the foundation for the future of women's sports, and their legacy is a source of inspiration for all to follow. Congratulations on your remarkable achievements, and thank you for being a shining example of what's possible when talent, passion, and commitment collide. Please welcome Deb Parker, who's going to make some comments on behalf of the team.
So good evening. The good news is that most of what I was going to say has already been said. But that, I want to sincerely thank Marty Testo, wherever you are, for believing in us and for his guidance through this whole process. Abe, help me out here, Oshniak? Oshiak, okay, I was close. Abe, the only Abe here, right? At the alumni office, we had Robin Stello, Andrea Vickers-Sivret, and Allie Lucas. They helped us with registrations, and they answered many of our questions. I'm sure you were probably overwhelmed. Haley Chandler, she's coordinating the alumni softball game tomorrow, and I think 11 of us are going to show up for that. Somewhere in that vicinity, not playing. You have to remember most of us are in our 70s. That was a long time ago. But also, I want to thank the Keene State College Hall of Fame Induction Committee for considering our team and for the opportunity to reconnect after 52 years. It's been such a pleasure to see everybody. I also want to extend congratulations to our fellow inductees this evening, Bob Bonds, Dave Bridgewater, Allison Bartlett, and LEC Judy Izzo. And another thank you, I want to thank Joy Eck and Dr. Beauvenet for helping me get some of the information that I needed to get this thing moving and some of the statistics, et cetera. But a big thank you to Dr. Sherry Beauvenet, and as Paul already mentioned, she was instrumental in getting us to become a varsity softball team. A side note, Dr. Sherry Beauvenet was also, she was known to us as Dr. B, or the Bove. There's a few other names, I won't say those. But we much appreciated her. And she was a wonderful coach. As I think was already mentioned, excuse me, softball started, or we started as a club team in 1971. But she saw potential in us and advocated for getting us our varsity status for the 1972, and again, that was prior to Title IX. We did play 7 games as a varsity team in '72, and our record was 6-1. I don't remember all the teams that we played. I do remember UMass and Springfield. That's as far as my memory will go. But because of our record, we did qualify to be in the Women's College World Series in Omaha, Nebraska. So Dr. Beauvenet she got permission for us to take 2 vans, and they were like the old Ford Econoline vans, I think. There was 12 of us in each one of them. They had vinyl seats, and that's how we traveled to Omaha, straight out. We didn't stop. There was no funding for lodging. There was 4 of us that were, well, actually 5 that could drive, but one of us, Betty, had an ankle injury, so she got out of driving. I think she did it on purpose. But I think it was Jean Andrew, Joe Oyek, myself, and Dr. Beauvenet. We had to be 21 to do that. And, well, Dr. Beauvenet was a little more than 21 at the time. So, moving on, I want to just talk a little bit about our Omaha trip. It was, as I already said, there was no lodging allowance, and we did drive straight out. We stayed in Lincoln, Nebraska in a dorm. I think it was a sorority, a sorority dorm. And I think that Dr. Beauvenet arranged it through a friend, is that correct? Yes. There were bunk beds, and we made it work. Plus, it was something to sleep on better than vinyl seats. We did play 3 games in 2 days, and it was at the Benson Fields in Omaha, and as mentioned before, we beat Purdue. We took 9th place out of 16 teams, and 2 of our seniors, Betty Miziazik and Jean Andrew, did not go to graduation, to their own graduation, because this was important to them. So then there was the trip home. I'm only going to mention a few things. Some of them I won't. We did take a southern route to go to Dr. Beauvenet's home in Illinois, and I believe we had dinner there. We took showers it was your high school, wasn't it? Yep. So we actually finally got a nice shower. We were able to see the Blue Ridge Mountains. We got to ride on the top of the St. Louis Archway. And we also drove through the same town twice. 2 hours apart, I think. I believe it was called Elizabethtown, but I'm not sure. But that said, now we're tired, so we had to sleep somewhere. We did, in a park, on the ground, on our sleeping bags. And what we did was we kind of laid out with our heads in the middle and our feet extending out. We thought we'd be protecting ourselves that way. Back then, we probably didn't have to protect ourselves, but I don't think we do that today. But, that was just one of our stories. There was, on the road, I can't remember how many hours it took to get out there, but we entertained ourselves with singing. Sylvia, I think you'll remember, we sang Sylvia's Mother Cried. How many times? Many times. Naven, she won the mooing at the cows. She was the only one that got them to moo back. Excuse me. And then there was the spitting contest. There was at least 4 of us that did that, and I think Naven won that one also. And then cemetery slaps. Is there anybody here that knows what that is? Yeah, no, you're not old enough. So what we would do is, at least in our van, if somebody saw a cemetery, they would slap the person next to him. And if the person next to him was praying, then the slapper didn't get any points. Now, I don't remember what the consequence was for losing, but we did that all the way out. There's a lot of slapping. So, well, then I probably shouldn't say this either, but there might have been a few beers that made it on the vans, too. I have to say there's many more stories to be told, but I'm not going to go there because they were fun. We had a blast, and to see everybody here tonight is just so heartwarming, and that so many of you were able to come here for this award tonight. and I think, I'm not sure if it was Paul or Andrea who alluded to every program, has to start somewhere and it has to start sometime. And speaking for us all, we're honored and we're proud to have been the foundation of the Keene State Women's Softball Program and to be inducted into the Keene State Hall of Fame. Thank you so much.
All good? There were components of that trip that started to sound a little bit like a spring break trip, but certainly a group that knew how to have fun. So congratulations to the 1972 softball team. There are 23 or 22 plaques up here in recognition of tonight, so make sure that you don't leave without getting those. It is my distinct honor now to introduce an individual whose legacy is deeply entwined with the early history and lasting success of Keene State men's lacrosse, Bob Boness, class of 2000. Tonight, we celebrate not only Bob's remarkable achievements, but also his role as a pioneer in the nascent years of the program. Consider this, when Bob began his journey here, the lacrosse program was not yet part of the college's athletic offerings. In fact, during his freshman year, the program had not even yet been sponsored. However, Bob's commitment and passion for the sport laid a strong foundation that would profoundly impact the future of Keene State men's lacrosse. In his final 3 years as an Owl, Bob's contributions were transformative. His time on the field was marked by exceptional skill, leadership, and an insatiable drive for excellence, a familiar theme tonight. The dominance of the lacrosse team during those years remains a highlight of program history, even 25 years later. Tonight, we honor Bob. We recognize his groundbreaking role in the department of our lacrosse program and the lasting influence on the Keene State athletic community that he had. His legacy, in part, is that vision and commitment are powerful attributes for program building. The indelible mark he made on the program cannot be overstated, thus his recognition tonight. Join me in extending a warm and heartfelt welcome to Bob Boness. We are deeply grateful for his contributions to our college and our lacrosse program, and we are thrilled to celebrate his achievements with him this evening in this well-earned and abiding manner. Hall of Fame inductee 2024.
Got to keep moving this up and down tonight. First of all, I'm truly honored to be here tonight and being selected to the Keene State Hall of Fame. Congratulations to all the other nominees here tonight. The softball team, I think we've got a lot of stories that probably cross because being club, we have a lot of the same stories. So being that we were, club team, we had the same bus trips, same stuff. So I can commiserate with you. I would like to thank, AD Marty Testo and the rest of the Keene State community for this honor. I can tell you that none of this would be possible without my amazing parents. The love and support you guys gave me was incredible. Living 6.5 hours away from Westchester, Pennsylvania, I think my parents saw more games than kids that lived within an hour or two away. So they were there to support me through and through, and I cannot thank you guys enough. To my coaches, Coach Draper, Coach Liam, Coach Mark, without you guys there, you guys truly pushed me on and off the field, made me successful, and I can't thank you guys enough. To any teammate that I ever had, you guys were there pushing me along, helping me out to get this honor, and I thank you. Mark was here, has now been here 25 years. Today I was able to go out and watch a practice. And back then, we were lucky to get 8, 10, 12 guys at a practice. To watch the team today have 50 to 60 kids on that field It's truly remarkable, Mark, what you did for this program, and I thank you because it has changed, and I am proud to be standing here representing the lacrosse team, and it's so much fun to see where you guys have gone, and I've been watching for many years how you guys have progressed, the D3 division, into that championship, into the Division III championship, whatever they call it today. But, the one thing is, coming from Westchester, Pennsylvania, lacrosse was big back then in Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Maryland. I didn't know how I was going to react to coming up here. I was recruited by a bunch of different colleges in the New England area, and I happened to stop by the administrative office with my parents as we were seeing a bunch of the different colleges, and I was talking to one of the guys in the administration office, and I said, yeah, happen to play lacrosse. I don't know if you've ever heard of it. And 2 seconds later, he's on the phone calling Jim Draper, Coach Draper, to me, and he runs over from fifth call to the administration office and literally is huffing and puffing because he heard that he had a 6'5" attackman from Pennsylvania sitting in his office, and he was like, okay, I might be able to work with this. And he's sitting there huffing and puffing going, God, just ran over here. And I couldn't appreciate him taking his time out of his day to show my parents and I around the campus. And seeing the campus, seeing Coach for what he was and gaining the appreciation of the college, I knew I was home. I got to spend the next 4 to 5 years, which I was on the 5-year program. But, I truly did get time to find this as home. And my younger son asked me today when we were walking around, he goes, how does it feel to be back? And I said, I'm home. And I'm truly appreciative of this whole Keene State community and everything. Coach Draper looked at me and said, look, you might suck, you might be good, but I'm going to give you every opportunity to succeed on the field and off the field. And you know what? That was it for me. I knew I was coming to Keene State College. Keene State was one of the 2 best decisions I've ever made in my life. One was coming to Keene, the other was marrying my wife. She gave me 2 incredible children, Luke and Cole. And, even though she said if we met in college, she would have never dated me. Might have had a little chip on my shoulder, but I can truly say, it was one of the best decisions. And, the best thing is having Luke and Cole. Luke's a senior in high school. Cole's a freshman in high school. The best thing about being a parent is seeing that they're good students, they're good athletes, and more importantly, they're good human beings. And for a parent, that's all you can ask for. Even though they don't play lacrosse, and I heard that there's a baseball coach here. One's a pitcher, one's a catcher. Luke as a senior, yes. Well, we had a competition tonight that if he thought he was going to be, he was taller than me. But, he is going to be applying to Keene State College and some other colleges. And, I couldn't be prouder of them. So, but during my time here at Keene State, I met some of the most amazing people. After 25 plus years, I'm still friends with most of them today from freshman year at Carl Hall. We still text, FaceTime, everything. And I'm fortunate to have one of them here today, Shauna Matthews, or Shauna Winter. She was inducted in 2013 for the swimming in the Hall of Fame for here at Keene for swimming. I thank you for coming today. And again, I want to thank everyone today for this honor. It truly means the world to me. And as Coach Draper, politely said, was, you can have a beer to keep the dust down, just don't make mud. So with that, honoring him, you know what? Thank you again. This was a great, great honor. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Love the stories, love the history, love the recruiting pitch there, Coach Blood. I tried to get him to stand up. He is 6'5", just like Dad. All right. Our next inductee was an outstanding distance runner and a true legend in every sense of the word. David Bridgewater's illustrious career cannot be told in pages. It requires volumes. He graduated class of 2007. On the track or in the woods, he was one of the most feared runners in New England. His impressive career is highlighted by his status as an 8-time, and that's correct, 8-time All-American, a feat that speaks volumes about his skill and his consistency. 2 in cross country, 4 in indoor track, 2 in outdoor track. David qualified for the NCAA championships in cross country in each of his 4 years, earning All-America honors in 2003 and in 2004 with finishes of 23rd and 25th, respectively, in the country. The Owls ran the table in the LEC, winning the conference crown in each of David's 4 years. He ended his career as one of the most formidable distance runners in the Little East Conference. Otherwise, he still holds 2 records, program records at Keene State. David was more than phenomenally talented. He graced those around him with presence, expectation, and belief. Those qualities defined the program's culture during his years, too. He was, according to former teammates, quote, the best form of teammate. He was a selfless human, end quote. They added, quote, David always raced for something bigger and more meaningful than himself, which is why he was so beloved. Everything we did was replicated with the brotherhood and love. David etched himself into the Mount Rushmore of Keene State cross country and track and field, not only for a generation, but for all time. Spirit of excellence, legacy, fast and fearless. Please join me in extending a warm and heartfelt welcome to David Bridgewater as we recognize his outstanding accomplishments with a forever place in the Keene State College Hall of Fame.
Thank you. Good evening, everybody. President Treadwell, distinguished faculty, alumni, family, friends, and my fellow inductees. I stand before you today deeply honored and humbled to be inducted into the Keene State College Athletics Hall of Fame. As I reflect on this journey, I'm overwhelmed with gratitude. This recognition is not only a testament of the hard work and dedication I've poured into my craft, but also represents the unwavering support, mentorship, and belief in so many along the way. First and foremost, I want to thank Keene State College for being the foundation of my personal and professional growth. This institution did not just educate me, it shaped me. It was here on this campus where I learned not only the skills of my sport, but also the values of persistence, integrity, teamwork, and leadership. Those values have remained in my life, remained throughout my life, long after I left these halls. To the coaches, professors, and staff, you were not only teachers, but role models. You pushed me to be better, to go further than I thought I could, and to aim higher than I thought possible. You taught me that success is not only measured in wins and accolades, but in how we grow, how we overcome challenges, and how we contribute to the lives of others. For that, I will forever be grateful. Thank you to Coach Rourke, who's a big reason I stand here today. While I never ran for him while at Keene State, it's clear he cares about the legacy of the program, where All-American was the expectation, not just the exception, as it was when I was competing here. As I'm just one in a long line of successful runners, and I'm very proud to have carried on that tradition. To my teammates, none of this would have been possible without you. Together, we faced triumphs and setbacks, moments of glories and times of challenge. We celebrated victories and learned from our defeats. Every one of you played a role in the success we achieved, and this honor belongs to you as much as it does to me. A special thanks goes out to 2 teammates, Josh Ferentz and Mark Miller, who taught me how to be a champion and a leader. As a freshman, they took me on a run to single me out as a future leader of the program and it changed the trajectory of my career. I look forward to the day I can sit here and listen to Josh's acceptance speech. To my family and friends, my wife Caroline and my 3 boys, Wesley, Colton, and Parker, your constant love and support have been my foundation. Through every race, every challenge, every late night, every early morning, you've been there. You believed in me when I doubted myself, and you lifted me up when I needed it most. I share this honor with you, as I'm forever grateful for your presence in my life. Recently, I've rekindled my love for running after a long time away from the sport, and it's my wife's support and encouragement, usually against my own will, that pushed me to come back, and it started a journey that led me to standing here today. Thank you. To my mom and dad, thank you for instilling in me the value of hard work, competitiveness, and integrity at a young age. Thank you for your unwavering support, even trekking across the country multiple times just to watch me run in circles. I know that couldn't have always been easy, and without your support and encouragement, I would not be here today. Being inducted into the Hall of Fame is not just about what I've accomplished, but about the community that has shaped me. Keene State is more than just a college, it's a family. A community that nurtures, supports, and inspires. As we celebrate tonight, I'm reminded of the countless others who have walked these same halls, who continue to embody the spirit of this incredible institution. This award motivates me to continue paying it forward, to inspire the next generation, just as so many have inspired me. Speaking of motivation and inspiration, I'd like to share with you one story. For me, running was never just about the accolades, awards, and recognition. It's about testing the limits of the human body. So here I am, it's my junior year, running outdoor track, early in the season. Our coach has us at the track for a workout that consists of 1 mile, 2 half miles, and 4 quarter miles. One of my favorite workouts. During the first mile, I know we're going way faster than Coach wanted us to. As I start to slow up in the last 150 meters, I get a hand in my back. It's Josh. Josh has some words that I can't repeat here today in this polite company, but to sum it up, he says, "You better not slow down. This is my personal record." His comment, while not to be funny at the time, gives me a laugh when I think back of it, because he's running his fastest mile ever in practice. We finished that mile and the rest of the workout well above the prescribed pace. Our coach has nothing for us but silence afterwards. Flash forward 48 hours. Josh and I board a plane, fly across the country to Los Angeles to run in the Mount Sac Relays, a very prestigious race. We both fall flat on our face. But it was okay. We had tested our limits earlier in that week, and to this day, it's probably one of the best workouts I've ever had in my life. But that hard effort that day was a learning experience, and running a poor race afterwards inspired a very successful rest of the season. In closing, I want to say that this honor will serve as a reminder of where I come from, the values I hold dear, and the incredible people who have helped me along the way. As I accept this induction, I do so with immense pride, gratitude, and a renewed commitment to continue living out the lessons and principles that I learned here at Keene State College. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for this incredible honor. Here's to the future of Keene State College and to all the dreams of runners past, present, and future that have yet to be realized. Thank you, and go Owls.
I believe that we are all inherently wired to enjoy stories, and we're hearing some amazing stories tonight. And the theme is quality grace, and humility. And those make for some of the best stories. Congratulations, David. Our final inductee, Allison Bartlett Peterson, was a dominant swimmer and an exceptional athlete. The lead on that story is very similar to David's. Add dedication, quest for excellence, and a relentless drive for greatness, and you begin to get a fuller picture of her Hall of Fame qualities. Layer more brushstrokes, skill, technique, work ethic, and pure and natural talent, and the portrait of her remarkable career comes into fuller focus. Allison, class of 2016, established herself as one of the most commanding swimmers ever to grace the Keene State College pool. Her prowess was nothing short of extraordinary. She earned multiple Little East awards and finished her career as a two-time NCAA championship competitor. Allison was a multi-time All-American and still holds 3 individual Keene State records 8 years after graduating. Additionally, her contributions as a member of our relay teams helped lead to 2 more college records and served to further spotlight her multi-dimensional abilities as a competitive swimmer. This evening, for all of that and more, her legacy is cemented and preserved for posterity as a Hall of Fame inductee. Unfortunately, Allison is not able to attend this evening. We miss being able to celebrate Allison and her recognition with her. Accepting this inductee recognition on behalf of Allison is Keene State swim coach Chris Woolridge.
It's really, get on the mic. Really unfortunate that Allie couldn't make it up today, something unavoidable. But one of the things that's great about Allie's story is that she wasn't who she ended up being when she came to Keene. She's a New Hampshire native out near the Exeter area and a very average swimmer at best when she got here. I didn't coach Allie until her senior year, but I know her early on coach Jack very well. She was a mid-level New Hampshire high school swimmer. And within probably about 1 semester of being here, she went from that athlete to a very strong conference level athlete. And I think started to see the talent that she actually had and what she possessed. And that's when she really started to apply herself. You know, I can be something great, I can do something great. And from there, that was the spark that ignited her. By the end of her freshman year, she was knocking on the door of some Keene State records. By the end of sophomore year, she was staring down making NCAAs. And then in her junior year, she made it and she was an All-American. And then she repeated that again in her senior year as an All-American. And in her senior year, she was able to break 23 seconds. At the time, she was one of 3 Division III NCAA athletes who had done that in the country ever. So she really ended up doing some incredible things, and she was always humble. I think she was always somewhere in her mind that New Hampshire high school swimmer, even though she was amazing. She was a national level talent across multiple events and multiple disciplines. She mainly swam freestyle, but she could do a lot of other things and do it really well. And what Allie brought to the program is she brought that humble greatness that, you know, allowed others to follow in her footsteps. She didn't come in great and was just always great. She recognized that she had something and she worked towards it. And that really made her very approachable and allowed the athletes behind her to follow her. It was a great honor to work with her in her senior year, and what she brought to the program really has carried on not only from that time but all the way forward. So I know she's not here, but I'd like to recognize Allie for everything that she brought to our program. Thank you.
We've heard the phrase that Coach used there several times today, national level talent, Keene State. That's awesome. I'd like to just ask everybody for one more round of applause for all of our new inductees. It's a wonderfully representative group. This evening never fails to inspire or to conjure up amazing memories. Remember that we are all a piece of our past. The athletes, the coaches, the teams that raise the bar, that break barriers, and rewrite record books and standards are for those who follow. Call it their parting gifts. The Hall of Fame is reserved for those gift givers. This special group now includes the trend-setting 1972 softball team, Bob Boness, David Bridgewater, and Allison Peterson. Judy Izzo, while she ascends to a second lofty perch atop the all-time best list in the Little East Conference. We thank all of our inductees whose contributions are, in one word, immeasurable. We hope you are as proud of yourself as we are of you. Have a wonderful night for the rest of it. I'm sure there'll be a bunch of picture taking, but I have been asked to ask all of the inductees to stick around and come up to the stage to join President Treadwell for a group photo. Congratulations, everybody, and have a great night.
Thank you. So I've been asked if I can, in the chaos of the photography, I've just been asked, they can't stop. They can't stop. So Jean Andrew, we'll wait for Dr. Beauvenet. No, it's okay.
Said to Andrea, I'm like, these people can't kneel. We need some chairs. Well, you couldn't see the people in the back.
I know. So if I could, just for 1 second, ladies. I'm not sure how they played softball. This is chaotic. Totally, entirely chaotic. Dr. Beauvenet. Are you, so Deb Parker said, listen up. So I have been asked by Jean Andrew to read a statement if I could for you. So Jean, I'm happy to do this.
Folks.
Jean wanted me to share. I want to say a very heartfelt thanks to our coach, Dr. Sherry Beauvenet. She was not only a great coach, but also was tireless in helping us as a team and also as individuals to reach our highest potential and our dreams and aspirations as athletes and individuals. We would not be here without her support and leadership. Thank you, Coach Beauvenet. And a big shout out to the whole 1972 softball team, a wonderful group of players and teammates. Thank you all for your great camaraderie and dedication to our school and sport. And congratulations for receiving this great honor. Jean Andrew. Thank you. Can I give you this?
Yeah,
When we put this uniform on, we're preparing to serve our home state of New Hampshire. We serve part-time in our own communities and for our families and friends. In any emergency or disaster, you can count on the soldiers of the New Hampshire Army National Guard to be there. Our mission here at home is to make life better for everyone, and the benefits we earn help us improve our own lives. Learn more about part-time service with the New Hampshire Army National Guard at nationalguard.com/NH.
We are Keene State. Here, we believe that everyone is welcome and anything is possible.
We're empowering your unique voice.
Igniting potential and possibility.
Look closer. We are a tight-knit community, an inclusive community, where people can be their true selves. Bring your ability background, culture, or traditions, whatever makes you you.
Because Keene State becomes home from day one. Come find your people and enjoy live music, art, coffee, thrifting, and did we mention the food? And if you're worried about what there is to do on the weekend, just look at this.
Everything we do here is about community.
Because we're a community of intense learners
with extraordinary hearts
that raise each other up.
We are fueled by each other's successes,
learning outside the classroom as well as in.
And we're here to provide the guidance and support you need to succeed.
All right, let's get hands-on.
In the lab.
In the studio.
In the pool.
On the dance floor.
On the stage.
The choices are yours, the opportunities are here.
Here at Keene State College, we're focused on teaching students the skills for an ever-changing world.
I'm ready to tackle problems with industry-ready skills.
You'll get a resume that writes itself, and
a paycheck that earns.
Elevated confidence.
World-class courage.
And we never stop learning.
True learning takes collaboration.
We explore what drives our passions.
Celebrate our individual voices.
And spark possibility together.
Every single student, every single day.
You already have what it takes. Welcome to Keene State.
New Car has over 1,700 pre-owned vehicles, the largest selection of inventory in New Hampshire. New Car Nissan of Keene has the most competitive prices. With a selection of over 30 brands, New Car has exactly what you need across the Granite State. Find your new car from any of New Car's family of dealerships throughout the Northeast and get it shipped to New Car Nissan of Keene for free. Plus, we'll deliver your new car right to your door. Visit New Car Nissan of Keene today and discover why everyone loves a new car.
Fenton Family Dealerships, Tri-State area's best selection of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs, has state-of-the-art service facilities and services all makes and models. Home to an exclusive lifetime powertrain warranty and no extra cost to you. Locally owned since 1986. More information at fentondealerships.com.
You have been watching a Keene State Athletics broadcast on the Owls Media Network. Please tune in to our next broadcast and thank you for watching.